Hello, I'm Paulo Blanc. I'm president of Southern New Hampshire University. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this live stream event. We've been waiting for a long time to do a commencement ceremony. If you are one of our students watching today from any place in the world, know how proud we are of you. If you are a friend or a family member who helped that student get across the finish line, understand how important your role has been. We sometimes say it takes a village to raise a child. We think it takes a village to get a graduate across the finish line. Let the commencement ceremonies begin. Hi everyone, this is Paul LeBlanc, president of the university, and I just want to offer my hearty congratulations to all of our graduates. It's been an extraordinary year. It's not the year you or we banked on. I think it's a testimony to your grit and resilience that you are graduating now.
We wish you much success, and we want to welcome you to the over 100,000 alumni members of Southern New Hampshire University.
Getting your degree is always something to be proud of, and this year even more than usual. Congratulations, and here's to a bright future.
I want to congratulate you all on graduating in an incredibly tough year. If you can do this, you can do anything.
The last year and a half has been challenging, which is why it's important now more than ever to stop and celebrate you and all your amazing achievements. My piece of post-grad advice is to remember that the learning and growing never stop.
Congratulations, SNHU graduates. Your academic advisors are so incredibly proud of you. My advice would be to enjoy this journey, be kind, and do what makes you happy.
You guys are going to be our future, and I know that the university has given you the tools to be successful. My hope is that you will stay in touch with us as you develop your careers and you look back on your time here with fondness.
When you look back at the last year of your life, I want you to reflect on how hard you've worked. And I want you to know how proud we are of you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mayor Joyce Craig, and I just want to congratulate you on your graduation from Southern New Hampshire University. It's been an extremely difficult year, and I know how hard you worked through all of this, and just want to congratulate you and say that honestly, I think that your hard work and everything that you've done this year will serve you well in the future. Congratulations.
So on behalf of the whole SNHU community, know that we couldn't be more proud, we couldn't be happier for you, and we welcome you into the SNHU alumni family. Congratulations.
saw SNHU for what it is, a fresh start, an opportunity where we decided our fate and who we wanted to be. 4 years of ample office hours, career fairs, and the space to create clubs and programs and research finds us here at another opportunity for a new start to decide who we want to be. At SNHU, our wonder helped us to make connections when our experiences seemed worlds apart. And today is as much about our support system as it is about us. Tomorrow, we will chase the next adventure, reaching greater heights and altitude climbed or miles run or hours practicing, and we will never stop redefining success. Your focus and work ethic are inspiring, your joy infectious, and your presence a celebration.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kirk Kohlenbrander, Executive Vice President of the College of Engineering, Technology, and Aeronautics. It is an honor to welcome all of you here today and to present our first group processing into the stadium this afternoon. President LeBlanc, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, family, friends, faculty, and colleagues, please join me in welcoming the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's College of Engineering, Technology, and Aeronautics, or CETA. Faculty and graduates are being led by Dr. Bo Kim, Professor of Computer Science. Our graduates have solved real-life problems in our laboratories and design hubs at CETA's faculty and staff have guided them through a rigorous hands-on curriculum. These graduates have essential competencies necessary to succeed in their careers, such as critical and innovative thinking, viewing problems as chances for discovery, and working collaboratively with team members to solve complex problems. They have acquired the knowledge, skills, and professional dispositions and competencies they need to succeed in their careers. They have been trained to research, invent, analyze, build, and secure products and services, and they do so with the ability to engage professionally and with integrity and to serve the broader community. Many of our graduates have managed to successfully complete their studies while supporting a family, working full-time, or juggling other life challenges. During this process, they have not only acquired competence in their chosen majors, but have also developed or enhanced the ingenuity, grit, and adaptability that will help them to be successful in their careers and professional lives. We congratulate our graduates, and we also thank the many faculty, advisors, and staff who have contributed to the success of these learners. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Congratulations to the newest graduates of SNHU's CETA programs.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ken Nivison, the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, and I'm honored to present to you the faculty and graduates of the School of Arts and Sciences. Leading our faculty and graduates today is Professor Tracy Dow, Associate Professor of Graphic Design. These graduates have completed studies in the richest, most diverse array of academic and experiential ventures our university has to offer. They have examined volcanoes and films, studied novels and flora, analyzed structural racism and priceless works of art, wandered through rivers and libraries, sat with philosophers and schoolchildren, and dissected wars and cow brains. In the midst of it all, they have learned lessons designed not only to give them the tools to succeed in any number of careers, but ones that will encourage them to make a career of humanity, as Dr. Martin Luther King styled it. In completing these experiences, our graduates have become the latest heirs to a legacy rooted in thousands of years of learning, yet infused with the most modern of perspectives, knowledge, skills, and sensibilities. They've become problem solvers, critical thinkers, creative producers, generous advocates, and selfless leaders. Notably, they have finished their course of studies while attaining one of the most unique skill sets any students have acquired in the last century. They demonstrated stamina, perseverance, and grace amidst a global pandemic that drove their learning onto new and different platforms in settings at once all too familiar and altogether foreign. They succeeded despite loss and separation, despite the absence of professional and social support structure that our campus community customarily provides. We thank them for the example of resilience and commitment that they have given. Their lessons will not soon be forgotten. And we thank, too, the faculty and staff of our school. With their customary work ethic, expertise, and selflessness, Our faculty poured themselves into the work of teaching and learning, logging hours early in the morning and deep into the night to provide unique and thought-provoking learning experiences for their students in the most challenging environment they could possibly have imagined. We are deeply in their debt. Graduates, as you go forth from this time and place, do so with the knowledge and confidence that comes from a job well done. You have our best wishes for continued success, our congratulations on your many and varied accomplishments. Good luck to you all.
Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Tasto, Dean of the School of Business, and I'm pleased to introduce the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's School of Business programs, led today by an outstanding individual, Professor Dan Murphy, Assistant Professor of Accountancy and Taxation. Our business graduates will enter a variety of industries prepared with academic degrees, expertise, and experience in an impressive array of disciplines and specializations, including accounting, business administration, economics, finance, marketing, operation management, project management, sales, international business, sports management, organizational leadership, business analytics, and entrepreneurship, just to name a few. Our graduates have acquired the knowledge, skills, professional dispositions, and competencies they need to succeed in their careers. At a time that nobody could have predicted when they started their studies, they have shown up, worked hard, zoomed in from their bedrooms, and completed their degrees while often taking on more work, more household and childcare responsibilities, and certainly more stress than those before them. These graduates will enter a more complex, dynamic, interconnected, and demanding environment than the graduates before them. Consider how our world has been reshaped over the past 2 years and how that will impact our futures, professionally and personally. What we know is that through their studies at SNHU, their real-world experiences, they are prepared to succeed in the highly challenging environments that await them. To this end, our graduates have participated in a wide range of experiential learning opportunities, including sales competitions, business plan pitches, global consulting projects, faculty-led programs to Europe, Asia, and South America, the creation of student-led restaurants and cafes such as Pizza 32 and the Cup of Love, as well as on-campus internships through our partnerships with Connection in the Sales Immersion Lab. The School of Business's alumni include successful local, national, and international business leaders and entrepreneurs, as well as doctoral program graduates who share their scholarship and experience with students and practitioners around the globe. Our doctoral program in international business prepares its graduates to navigate increasingly global economic and business realities. Our PhD graduates have been positioned as academic leaders and scholars at regional, national, international institutions of higher education. And even here in the School of Business Dean's office, we have a PhD graduate, Dr. Layla Sami, as our Associate Dean. These graduates transition from being yesterday's students to being today's professionals and tomorrow's leaders in business and society. Additionally, please allow me to thank the many faculty, advisors, and staff who contributed to the success of these learners. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Please join me again in welcoming the newest graduates of SNHU's business programs.
Hello again. I have the distinct honor in presenting to you the faculty and graduates of the School of Education. Please also welcome Dr. Audrey Rogers, who leads our faculty graduates into the stadium this afternoon. These graduates have attained the critical skills to live, learn, and engage in the life of a teacher. Graduates entering classrooms today must be prepared in ways unlike their predecessors. Today's educators must be ready to meet students where they are, irrespective of their learning abilities, wealth, or heritage. They must serve an ever-widening range of student needs as mentors, counselors, partners in learning to their students. Our graduates have learned about child development, literacy, the assessment of student learning, the nature of school culture, and the profound impact that one teacher can have on the future and life choices of the students served. They will help their students build a passion for learning and a resilience that will serve them well as they too move ahead with their own education. Students in our master's degree programs have deepened their commitment to pedagogy and curricular design for the improvement of their students' education, immersing themselves into the community as a core component of their learning. Students in our doctoral program in educational leadership have engaged with leading educational researchers and studied alongside international experts on the importance of student voice and the impact of student achievement. The success of our graduates would not have been possible without the hard work, devotion, and expertise of the faculty of our school. Our faculty have embraced these graduates' education as a true labor of love, shepherding them through challenging moments, developing their skills alongside their core knowledge, and providing a guiding example of what it means to be a teacher. For this and for the many ways, large and small, that they have shaped the lives of these graduates, they have our thanks. We are deeply proud of what these graduates have accomplished, and we know they will continue to learn in their work. Congratulations to all of you, and best of luck.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Deborah Leahy, Dean of the School of International Engagement. It is my honor to present the graduates from the School of International Engagement. Students from the School of International Engagement are being led today by Dr. Lee Schwartz. Students from the School of International Engagement study in Hanoi, Vietnam, Subang, Malaysia, and our own home campus in Manchester, New Hampshire. It is also my distinct pleasure to welcome those graduates who are able to join us today from Vietnam, Malaysia, and the home campus region. While from different corners of the globe, what these students have in common is that they have worked hard and they are using their growing knowledge to enrich their minds, their lives, and their careers. And all students at all locations are deeply part of the SNHU learning community, as SNHU crosses borders and embraces the goal of delivering education where our students live, learn, and work. Today, we recognize students in Hanoi, Vietnam, who are receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Finance, students in Subang, Malaysia, who are receiving a Bachelor of Science in Business, a Bachelor of Arts in Communication, and a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. We also honor those students who have earned the Master of Science in Teaching English as a Foreign Language, both those who graduated in Manchester, New Hampshire, as well as those who studied in Hanoi, Vietnam. Graduates of this degree commit themselves to teaching others critical English skills, as well as equipping their learners with the immense value of possessing more than one language and able to communicate across cultures, across borders, and contribute to a sense of global citizenry. I also extend a warm thank you to the faculty who have taught in these classrooms, whether those classrooms are in Vietnam, Malaysia, our home campus, or more recently, virtually. These faculty bring their experience and their immense passion to the classrooms, wherever those classrooms are. These faculty also bring a global mindset and the ethos that borders do not divide us, but rather offer us a rich and more pluralistic landscape for us to live, learn, and thrive. In closing, graduates, we are proud of you, and we ask that you go forward and represent what you have learned at SNHU, at your home, wherever you may call home, and continue to join us across this vast, beautiful world that we collectively call home. Graduates, we will be watching you to see what you accomplish and what you achieve, and we will be cheering you on the whole time. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Heather Lorenz, Vice President for Student Affairs at Southern New Hampshire University. I also had the honor of serving as Dean of Students for many of you here today, and it is wonderful to see all of you again in person. it is my great pleasure to welcome all of the families, friends, faculty, staff, and of course our graduates who are here with us today or watching via live stream. We are all very excited to finally be able to celebrate with you today. I would like to now ask everyone, if you are able, to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung this afternoon by Mary Ellen Stevenson, Administrative Manager at SNHU.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hey everyone, I'm Paul LeBlanc, I'm the president of the university. It is so good to see you all. We have missed you so much. But I have to do one thing first. I have to move Dean Lorenz's little box that she stands on. It's great to have you here. This has been too long deferred, and we've had a rough 18 months. We've had 2 of our traditional May commencements that weren't able to happen. And there is absolute joy for everyone here to see you together with us today. It's a lot sweeter somehow. This year we have graduates from all 50 states, 70 countries, a wide range of cultures and faith traditions. This ceremony takes place on the ancestral lands of the Abenaki Nation. It's in a city built on the backs of immigrants and working people. Let's ask you to take a moment of silence, and whether in prayer or simple contemplation, remember that our success has its roots with those who came before us, who struggled before us, and includes the loved ones who are no longer with us. Let them all be present with you in your heart. Let's take a moment of silence. Thank you. Now, to get us started, I'd like to introduce the platform party. I'll ask you to stand up as I announce you by group or name and remain standing during the introductions. Leading the procession was our mace bearer, Professor Jennifer McInnes. Next, representing our Board of Trustees, Arthur Sullivan and Diane Trineski. Remember, some of our party is behind us as well. The academic and executive leadership teams of the university, our alumni speaker and our 2 student speakers, and finally, our honorary degree recipient and commencement speaker, Common. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this. Please be seated. So this day is finally here. Some of you have waited nearly 2 years. Your families have waited for this moment to celebrate. After we've been through these last 18 months, it's even more important to mark these moments of coming together. I think I'll never take for granted again the ability to be in the same space with other people that I care about. Today's a celebration of graduation, obviously, but it's also a celebration of your resilience and your grit, your hopes, and your dreams. And it was many times in the course of the last year, I'll share a couple of them later on today, But I had to recall a conversation I had with Laurie Santos. She's the noted psychologist at Yale, has a very well-known podcast called The Happiness Lab. I was asking her about what the impact of the pandemic would be, the sort of missed time and space together in the community that is our campus, what it would mean for you all, for our graduates. And she said, yeah, it's really tough, the obvious thing, but that you, the class of 2020 and 2021, have also experienced something unique. And in the end, she predicts, you will be one of the most close-knit classes we have ever had. You studied together, you adapted to a new normal together, and you persevered together. You made it, you got through. Many of you will come to frame your diploma, and it might end up on a wall of your study or your office, and it should. It's a big deal. But what no diploma can communicate, can capture, is the richness and variety of achievement present on this field today. Everyone here is getting a degree, but everyone's path was different. And the collective accomplishments here are amazing. We have graduates who traveled and studied and worked abroad. Others have had amazing athletic careers. We have graduates who have worked in our local communities, who did alternative spring breaks to help other people, who have served in our military or completed ROTC, who designed computer simulations for Boston Children's Hospital, who overcame trauma or illness, and many who worked incredibly long hours to pay their tuition and still excelled in the classroom. Some of you have had your heart broken along the way, I bet. Others have probably met future spouses. We don't charge more for that, by the way. That just comes with the package. But everyone's path was different, and the past 18 months may have presented some detours, but the destination and the dream remain the same. Walk across this, I was going to say stage, sort of stage, this impromptu stage, home plate actually, hold that degree and say to the world, I'm a college graduate. I did it. Whatever your starting point, whatever was your path to today, no one gets to take that away from you. You've finished strong in the face of everything else. We are proud of you, and we'll share the story of these classes for years to come. So let the celebration begin. For each of our ceremonies, a student speaker is chosen through a selection process led by a university committee to provide remarks. We had selected a speaker in 2020 who was included in our virtual ceremonies and now gets her chance to address her class, you all, in person. Please welcome to the podium, Samantha Aguilar Hernandez.
Shorter than you. I am short, sorry. President LeBlanc, Dr. Lorex, distinguished deans, Board of Trustees, staff, faculty, friends, my wonderful familia, and my fellow graduates. Before I step onto this podium, I pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it again at the end of the speech. The truth is, I feel honored and extremely grateful to be able to stand before all of you today after the unprecedented mess that was 2020. Our generation faced a lot of challenges during the newly past 2 years, with COVID-19 being the most predominant. We have been experiencing a new normal. We have adjusted to a new world. Despite all these challenges, we became college graduates during this time. We demonstrated the strength, determination, and the power of our generation. We continue to move forward, powered by the hope of walking on this stage and finally crossing the finish line after 4 long years of hard work. You have waited for this moment. You have earned this moment. Embrace it, enjoy it, and never forget it. In 2020 alone, we went through major historical events, from a global pandemic to the Black Lives Matter movement, to the very first non-English film winning Best Picture of the Academy Awards. These events have shaped the new world of today and will continue to do so for years to come. However, I don't want us to forget about the past, but instead embrace it and to learn from it to make this world better for us and the next generation. Learn from the past, live in the present, and look forward to the future. The world of today is terrifying, and trying to adjust to it will prove to be a bigger challenge. We live on a new world where the meaning of normal is constantly shaped by the news of today. Every time we take a step outside, it seems like the world we once lived in during our time at SNHU has taken a wild turn, almost to the point where we no longer recognize it. It is terrifying not knowing what will happen tomorrow. It is terrifying to feel like you're losing control of the world around you. However, with fear comes new experiences and new ways of understanding our world. We face new challenges and discover a new side of ourselves. We take upon new responsibilities and we learn new things about the world around us. When the world seems like it's falling apart, that is when we take control and come up with a new plan for our future. We're walking into a world that will need the strength of our generation more than ever. Our new world will need the courage of those in healthcare, the brilliant minds of those in the math and science, and the vision of those working in the ever-changing field of technology. It will need the creativity of our designers, the art of a filmmaker, the fairness of those in the criminal justice, and those in education will have the task to share the knowledge of our world with generations to come. Each one of us here will bring to our world to build a better future. Everything you do from this moment on will not only matter to you, but to the new world we're living in. Learning from our past and embracing our mistakes will help us prevent them in the future, and hopefully shine a brighter light that will guide our next generation. I know it sounds like we're carrying a heavy load on our backs. However, our generation has proven to be the best one in handling hard challenges. We struggled every step of the way during the hell that was 2020. We struggled to say goodbye to our friends, to our professors, mentors, and family members when we parted ways. However, it was the words of encouragement, the memories of our moments together, and their hope for us to accomplish our goals, what kept us moving forward despite the challenges we faced. I do not want us to go back to our world where the lives of some are threatened by those around us. I do not want us to go back to a world where we're divided based on the ideas of our rulers. I do not want us to go back to a world where compassion is seen as a weakness and violence is a sign of power. I do not want us to go back into a world where we constantly live in fear for what may come of tomorrow. As a single mother, father, veteran, immigrant, or a first-generation graduate, you have what it takes to shape a better tomorrow. Be proud of who you are and who you will become. Be proud of who you were in the past, even if you feel like you could have done better. That person, along with their slips in life, are the ones who got you here. Embrace them, accept them, and don't forget to be grateful towards them. My time at SNHU helped me understand who truly I was and the path I was meant to take. It was thanks to the everlasting support of my family, friends, my mentor, my RA staff at Monagnon, and my leaders that I was able to figure out how I wanted my future to look like. They guided me through every step of the way and reminded me that we're not alone. Fellow graduates, whatever you decide to do from now on, make sure that the path you choose is your own and that it is formed with hopes for a better future. Be happy about your accomplishments. Be proud of the path you've taken and never forget your past, for that's how you will pursue new dreams and rebuild your future. Class of 2020, keep looking forward to tomorrow. Congratulations.
I'd now like to introduce our chosen speaker for the class of 2021, Katherine Pigsley. Katherine, no blocks.
Good afternoon, President LeBlanc, Dr. Lorenz, distinguished deans, Board of Trustees, staff, faculty, friends, family, and my fellow graduates. In a year full of losses, loss of life, loss of job, loss of hope, it hurt not to have the graduation we always imagined right away. But we now have the opportunity to savor this moment together as we're able to safely celebrate in person the great achievement of graduating from college. There are first-generation graduates amongst us, graduates who worked full-time while getting their degree, graduates who missed out on family events, graduates who need another opportunity to get their degree, graduates who all work towards the shared pride of graduating from Southern New Hampshire University. We have all sacrificed and should be incredibly proud of ourselves for doing so when it seemed like all the cards were stacked against us. From being sent home for an extended spring break our junior years, to now, almost 2 years later, being here today to celebrate. No one could have seen it coming, but it'll never take the accomplishment away. In my introduction, I mentioned my family. More specifically, I want to mention Coach Munson, who is not only the head field hockey coach at SNHU, but someone who's had a huge impact on my development as a human being. As someone who wasn't really sure if they wanted to go to college, Coach helped me see the benefit of getting a degree to advance myself personally and professionally. She also introduced me to the rest of my family, my teens, who have been with me through the ups and downs of being a student athlete, who've taught me about life in the balance, who've molded me into me, and who are still teaching me to this day. But Coach's guidance hasn't stopped. One thing that Coach taught us, that I'm gonna pass on to you, is recognizing savor moments. Savor moments are taking the time to actually enjoy a specific moment that you're in. Not being able to see friends or family anymore, not being able to go to your favorite restaurant, not being able to see a movie, and instead having to stay inside and watch as the chaos unfolded. Made people realize how fragile life can really be. So whether you're going for a walk by yourself, meeting a friend for coffee, doing one of those hobbies you picked up in quarantine, watching your name go by on a screen in your childhood living room, or being here today with your fellow graduates, take a moment to appreciate those around you. Savor this moment. I'm extremely grateful to be able to celebrate youth in person. Congratulations, class of 2021.
I'd like to invite Dr. Lorenz to join me at the podium. And I'd like to introduce our honorary degree recipient, Carmen. Would you please step up, please? Today, we confer an honorary Doctor of Public Service degree to Lonnie Lynn, known as Carmen. Carmen is an Academy Award, Golden Globe, Emmy, and Grammy-winning artist, actor, and producer. He is also a dedicated community activist, a voice of inclusion and empowerment. He is the founder of the Common Ground Foundation, a nonprofit organization that seeks to empower underprivileged urban youth to become strong and productive citizens. The foundation offers programs that foster the development of leadership skills, creative expression, and a commitment to education. Carmen engages audiences with stories of his childhood on the south side of Chicago and the obstacles he overcame. Drawing upon his own hard work and path to success, he helps audiences understand how to strive for and achieve greatness by making a commitment to a greater cause. For the past few years, Carmen has dedicated countless hours and has been deeply engaged in social justice and advocacy work around mass incarceration, mental health, and voting. After the success and impact of his Imagine Justice concert in 2017, and his Hope and Redemption tour to 8 different prisons, Carmen established Imagine Justice as a new nonprofit in 2018. Centered at the intersection of art and activism, Imagine Justice is dedicated to leveraging the power of art to advocate for communities around the country, to fight for justice and equality, and to stand united against injustice wherever it appears. Carmen continues to break down barriers with critically acclaimed diverse roles while devoting his time to raising awareness and giving a voice to those that are often silenced. It is my great pleasure to award you with the degree of Doctorate of Public Service. Please join me in congratulating Carmen. Let me take that for you.
Blessings and peace to everyone here, to the graduates of 2020 and 2021, Southern New Hampshire University, I say congratulations. I am more than honored to be here amongst you. I just want to thank God for this moment. Though you may be a distance from me physically, I feel very close to you all as I got to walk in with President Paul. I got to greet some of you, and to see the light in your eyes gave me light, and to see the inspiration and the achievement that you all have reached at this point in time gave me inspiration. So I just want to say thank you for that. I think it's pretty divine that we are here on this baseball field today. Because I was thinking of a speech that I wanted to do, but then I thought about wow, it's symbolic that you all will be getting your degrees and you have to come home to home plate. Because home has been something that's been very important to all of us during this past 18 months. As so many of us have said, home has been something that has awakened us. But what is home for you now? Because you all are graduates. You have achieved something. So what is home? After you go through all the bases of life, where is home? And I believe home for you and home for all of us, even our family members that are here, even our staff, who I would like to definitely salute and congratulate, and all the family members of the graduates, the work you have done. But home is a place of success. Home is a place where every one of us, no matter what walk of life we come from, no matter what our nationality, no matter what our religion, home is a place that we deserve. Success is a place that we deserve. Success is a place that we were created for. But what really is success now? In 2021, what is success for you? To my graduates here at SNHU, what is success for you now? Well, I want to start first by thinking about first base. Because when we get back home, we're going to get to what success is. But the first base and first step to success is about being here and being present and being in the moment. Katie referenced it when she said, savor the moments, when her coach told her to savor these moments. If it's one thing that I've come across since being at home for the past 18 months was to savor the moments, was to enjoy the stillness, was to appreciate the stillness. It's something because I spent the past 25 years of my life on the move. I have a home in LA that I had never spent over 3 weeks in my life at before the pandemic hit. Well, during this pandemic, I was forced to stay home like many of us. And what did I get from that? In that stillness. In that stillness, it was funny, at first I felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable being in the present, being on first base. But as time started to progress, I started to take the stillness and really reflect on things. Let me let this plane go by, because y'all can't. And I started to really reflect on what I wanted in life and where I wanted to be in life and what things that I value. I was sitting there still, like many of us, couldn't move and do anything. And the beautiful thing about it was nobody else moving, so I didn't feel the competitive nature of well, these people are doing this and they're doing this. This person is taking this job. I was able to just be still and be with myself. And in that stillness, I started to think about more and more about what I wanted to give to this planet. I think it's important that we who are reaching first base understand what we want to give to this planet. What is our purpose? What does my life mean? For me, I was like, I don't have to do 30 things to be successful. I can do 4 things and be intentional and do things that I love and be successful. It's very important when we think about purpose and taking those steps to get to success that we really define and identify something that we love. The great writer Khalil Gibran talks about it in the book, The Prophet. He says, work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. So when we think about the schools that we've graduated from, the departments we come through, or the professions we may be choosing, what if it was an act of love, a job of love? It will be very fulfilling. I'm a true believer in the fact that if people live and operate in their purpose, they are happier people. We'll have a better world. So I want to encourage you all, class of 2020 and 21, when you're at first base, taking that time to be in the present and be still, look to identify something that you are purposed to do, something that resonates with your heart and your soul. It may be something that you never thought about could be a profession or be something that you would dedicate your life to. But if you feel it in your spirit, you feel it in your heart, do it, go for it. That may be God speaking to you, telling you, this is what I put you on this planet to do. You know, and within my reflecting, I started also assessing, like, how do I touch my life every day and still put food on the table by doing the things that I'm purposed to do? Because that's something that we're gonna all come across, is just being able to take care of the operations of life on a daily level. And within that, you can always still stay in your purpose. You can always still do the things that you were sent to do. And sometimes you take different positions and jobs that may not be necessarily in the total job that you said, oh man, I dream of doing this, but it's still a chance for you to move towards what you're going for and a chance to take care of your family. One example for that for me was, it was the year 2014, and I was in a place where I just done the film Selma, and I was offered a job to do a reality show, hosting a show about furniture. Now, I don't know nothing about furniture, y'all. And I know more than just rapping, though. I do know about rapping, but I know more than just rapping, but I don't know furniture. So I contemplated, should I take this job? It was really a good opportunity and good money. And it also was something that wasn't completely out of my category of what I wanted to do as far as developing my on-camera talents and doing those things. I ended up taking this job. It was a show called Framework. I know none of you all have seen it because didn't do that well. But you know, during that time, I learned a lot. And it wasn't aligned with me being an actor so much. It wasn't aligned with me being a musician. But I learned a lot about people that I was working with. I learned about what it took to actually be a builder of furniture and work in that place. But one of the things I really learned was to be still a little bit. And it gave me an opportunity to actually work on a song called Glory that became an Oscar award-winning song. Now, I went into this opportunity just saying, hey, this is not exactly what I want to do, but in some way or another, I believe it can advance me. And it did. It advanced me and gave me that opportunity to create that song. And I took that job and that time and said, hey, this wasn't everything that I needed, but I got something out of it that I needed. Some of the things that we do will not necessarily be like, oh, this is exactly the job that I'm looking for. But you can get something out of it. And one of those things for me, when it comes to when we're talking about first base and we're talking about being here and being present, is gratitude. If we even start with being still and being present and where we are, gratitude is one of the first things that we can apply to that. And if you're in gratitude, you never, ever are in anger or in a bad space. Have you ever been like grateful for something or just saying thank you and really been angry about a situation? Gratitude is so powerful. And I want to encourage us every day to wake up with gratitude on our mind. Thanking God for the day, thanking God for the breath of life. Actually even thanking yourself for what life is and what you will accomplish for the day. But that's just the first base, y'all. First base is being present, being in the moment, and appreciating that moment, and taking that purpose and moving forward. Now, I have to say some of the times when you, another incident or a situation that may come about when you're in pursuit of going to second base is some things that you're purposed to do, you will be offered opportunities that are not in alignment with what you want to do. For me, it happens many times, and it happened early on in my career. I was this musician and things were thriving, and I was offered a job or a commercial to do with Coca-Cola, the brand Coca-Cola. And it was, at the time, it was the biggest deal I had ever received, an offer I'd ever received. And my whole team was like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And I said, you know, I knew who I was, I knew what my purpose was, and I said, you know, this is not, I don't even drink pop. No, I'm not doing this. And my team said, you have to do this. My mother called me and said, you have to do this. This will pay for your daughter's graduation, college, and everything else. But I said, I'm not doing it. Well, after my no, the head of my record company and one of the head partners of Coca-Cola got me on a call. This is before Zoom. They got me on a call, and they said, we want to double the money. Will you do it? I said, hey, let me rethink this really quick. Let me see if I can align this with my purpose. What I did in this situation, because many things will come, many opportunities will come. What I did was say, this is what I'm about. How can I present this in this commercial in a way that's true to me, staying true exactly to who I am? And what I did was put together a creative team. I had creative control. I wrote a verse and a piece for the commercial that was talking about authenticity and how you can't get me for money. And I ended up presenting something that was truly me and giving a lot of artists and creators an opportunity to work on this commercial, and it thrived and became something beautiful. Sometimes things will come to you that will be in alignment with you. Some may not. Some you may not be able to rework like that. Just last week, I had an opportunity to work with a big corporation who I don't want to say their name because we just didn't decide not to do this deal. Where they said they wanted to do work, social activist work. And they were talking to me about doing consulting work. And they were going to pay me a big amount of money just to consult. All I had to do was show up on a couple of Zooms and then meet with the people and talk with people in my hometown of Chicago about how this corporation could serve our community better. So I'm down for that. I would do that for free. But when it came down to the crux of what we were doing with this deal, this corporation truly didn't want to show the full spectrum of what was going on in the communities and didn't want to show their dynamic in the communities. Basically, they wanted to keep themselves looking squeaky clean and didn't want the people to truly express how they felt about the corporation. So what did I have to do? This is an amazing deal. It was a chance for me to actually do something that potentially could be helpful to people in my city in alignment with this corporation. But what did I do? I said no. Thank you. Tamara, you know. Sometimes our no's is some of the most important things that we can do and say when it comes to us getting to success and getting to that place we call home. Well, the thing about second base that's so ironic and so different is that even when you're being present and you know your purpose, you still may go through a point which is second base, where it doesn't feel so good. And when you think about it, second base, if we look right now, second base is the furthest place from home. And that feeling, not feeling good, and a situation is very challenging, you feel like the furthest from success that you may ever feel in your life. I felt that feeling. But what's important about us recognizing what second base is and that feeling of not feeling good is that it's necessary to feel it. And we have to experience it to actually get to where we want to get to. You know, a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh from the book Being Peace says, "I would not look upon anger as something foreign to me that I have to fight. I have to deal with my anger with care, with love, with tenderness, and with nonviolence." You know, there will be times where we will be at second base feeling so strange and feeling so hurt and so confused. I've felt that in my life so many times. I felt that in my life weeks ago. I felt that in my life really learned how to deal with that at a time in my life where I was going through a situation where I really felt like I didn't know who I was and I didn't believe in myself. And that came about because of a breakup I had that was really a tough breakup in my life, a relationship that I thought I believed I was gonna, it was the relationship of a lifetime. It was like with a soulmate, someone who I knew was meant for me. And the relationship ended, and it ended hard and tough. But I found out some things about myself during that time. I found out that I was afraid to actually wear my greatness. I was afraid to actually let my light shine when I was amongst people who were great. Second base can be really challenging when things don't feel good. But you know what I did at second base? I started sitting in the emotions and dealing with the emotions and figuring out ways to heal these emotions and come out of this place. For me, one of the greatest ways I was able to come out of this dark place and this heavy place was my spirituality. You heard me talk a lot about my belief in God, and it's something that I won't waver with or won't censor. I go to many places and they say, "Oh, you can't mention God, you can't talk about God." But I do, no matter what they say, because I know that that's the reason I'm here. That's the reason we're here. And the God that exists in all mankind is here amongst us. Well, my second base started with me building my relationship and spirituality. And then it started to build more into a place of meditation, where I started learning techniques and resources to center myself. I think one of the most important things that we can do when we think about being present and being in the moment is being able to center ourselves. So I was talking with Sam earlier as Sam was about to go on to speak. I said, just take a deep breath and center yourself. Whatever method you choose or find that you can use to center yourself during these difficult times, do it. For me, sometimes it's music. For me, sometimes I light up this stick called Palo Santo. For me, sometimes it's prayer. For me, sometimes it's meditation. For me, sometimes even through therapy, I learn to just scream out. And for me, as I heard another gentleman say, kick a rhyme. For me, sometimes it's just expressing myself through art. Find something that you can use to center yourself during these times of being present, during these times of difficulty. And have your mantras and affirmations and things that you say to declare what you want in your life and who you are. And that reminder while you're on second base is you can always see home. If you can say it, think it, you can always see it and actualize it. Well, your third base is something that's actually very fulfilling and lovely. Your third base is service, lovely. Your third base is service. And service is so important to us becoming successful. You know, when I first started rapping, my rapping was about me. I was like, hey, I'm the dopest, check out my rhymes, I'm cold, that's what I rapped about. I'm fresh. And it was cool, because hip hop was about that, and is about that in many ways. But it was one performance that I had that this gentleman, he walked up to me after a show, and he said, Common, your song, Retrospect for Life, which was about abortion, he said, Common, your song, Retrospect for Life, made me decide to have my child. That shook me. It hit me, it touched me. I said, wait, I was just telling my story and my experience, and you telling me this made you decide to have your child? He said, yes. And from that moment, I started to realize the power of the microphone and the power of what I was doing, and it wasn't just about me. And my purpose started to develop, and it started to grow and evolve. And I realized ways in which I could use the thing that I love towards my purpose. I was on my third base. And no longer than a year later, two gentlemen came up to me after a show, and they were two gentlemen who were gay. And they said, Common, we love your music. My mother loves your music. But we don't like when you use certain terms that are derogatory to people who are homosexual. It really struck me. It was one of the first times I realized that the words that I was using was really affecting somebody. And from that moment on, I never used certain words that would be derogatory towards the gay community and eventually towards anyone. It was a powerful moment for me because I understood the power of the words, the power of the microphone, and what I was doing. And that my purpose and this work and this thing that I love was greater than me. As I just heard, some of you have come through the School of Business, School of Arts, Communications, people from so many different schools and accomplishing great things. But this degree, this education is not just about you. It's something that you could definitely celebrate, and I want you to celebrate today. And at times when you think about how far you've come, or you think about how far you want to go, be grateful that you've reached this point. But it's not just about you. It's not just about you. Service and the things we do for others. Kalu Nduke Kalu says a quote that I'd like to share with you. He says, the things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone. But the things you do for others remain your legacy. So at some point, we will transition and our physical bodies will leave this planet. But as President Paul said earlier, some of the things remain in the hearts of others. Some of the graduates that we even celebrated who've transitioned remain in the hearts of others. The things that we do for others will remain way beyond our lifetimes. And the things that we do, it can't just be like in a vacuum. It can't just be just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this myself and that's it. I can do it. I'm gonna do it alone. Everything and every successful person takes teamwork. And that's the important thing about us being here on this field, and a reminder, even on third base, you still have a team helping you to get home. And you use that team, utilize that team, and surround yourself with good energy. One thing I've I've made sure I've done since this pandemic and even pre-pandemic is that I'm surrounding myself with good energy. Sometimes we have people in our lives that care about us, but they're not good energy. How do we separate ourselves from that? We either got to set a boundary on what we're taking in or say, hey, I have no time or space for that energy. I'm not going to invite that energy in my life. And until that person or people get themselves together, you don't invite it in your life. But if you want to get home to that place of success, we got to have great energy and great team around us. You know, there's something about serving that I really loved as I was talking to President Paul about this school here, about what Southern New Hampshire is doing. It's serving people who may not have had the opportunities to go to school or go to college in a way and have that access. One thing I want to encourage you all about service is that serving people who can do for you, that's cool. But what about serving those who don't have the opportunities? Serving the people who are downtrodden, the poor, the people who are overlooked. There's a passage in the Bible that talks about, that says, when you host a dinner, you don't just invite the rich and the powerful, the people who can do for you, but you invite the poor, the sick, the marginalized, and you will be blessed. The work that I've been doing with the criminal justice system is not work that I feel I'm trying to glorify myself or that I believe that the people incarcerated are going to do something for me, though they do a whole lot just by speaking to me and me hearing them and listening. I've met some of the most enlightening, intelligent, and beautiful people incarcerated in my life. But I don't go in there expecting to get the highlights and publicity about it. It's about doing for people who many times in our society don't have the chances, get treated less than, don't get humanized. The thing I like about us being here is I feel the humanity amongst us all. And it's up to us who've had these opportunities to humanize others, whether they're in prison, whether they're homeless, whether they may be the neighborhood drug dealer. That's the compassion, and that's the work, and that's the presence that we must have if we want to talk about reaching success. Because success, even when you talk about being at home, is not just going to be you. Success is going to have to be a universal thing that reaches so many different people in so many different walks of life. Well, in that service, the great Dr. King talked about how we all can do it. And not only do it for people who are poor, but we all can do it no matter what walk of life we come from. So I'd like to share this quote that Dr. King talked about, and this was his definition of greatness. And I like to use it in talking about service because it talks so much about how we can be great and serve. Dr. King says, if you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's the new definition of greatness. And this morning, or this afternoon, Dr. King said this morning, the thing that I like about it is by giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve, though obviously you all got your degrees. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love, and you can be that servant. So, as I said, you all have the college degrees, but this applies to you. We all have that opportunity to be great. We all have the power to help someone. We all can continue to redefine greatness and strive for success and achievement that is beyond our present moment. We all can reach home and reach that place of success. And I want to commend you, celebrate you for your hard work and commitment towards your dreams and reaching that place of home, and you already have reached the place of success. And I'm really honored to be able to celebrate your achievements. And in celebrating your success and celebrating the now, being able to celebrate your victories affirms that you actually do believe you can reach the next level. So in celebrating you being home, I came with a new definition of what success is and home is. And that is identifying and pursuing one's purpose with love. And with that love, in each moment, being present, regardless of the results. And in this process of giving your best and attaining your goals, you will bless others with the gift that is greater than you. I wish you all success as you reach home. And I thank you all for allowing me to be here. God bless. Congratulations. Thank you.
Each year, we recognize outstanding faculty members with our Excellence in Teaching Awards. These awards are especially meaningful as they are all student-nominated. Our 2020 and 2021 recipients were sent their award plaques at home when announced, but we'd like to acknowledge them again here today. So if you are here, I ask you to stand and be recognized. The 2020 Excellence in Teaching Award recipients were Dr. Audrey Rogers, Rebecca Libby, Karina Hayward, and Joseph Whitworth. The 2021 Excellence in Teaching Award recipients were Dr. Jennifer McGinnis, Greg McHale, Dr. Eric Jett, and Lisa Staley. We also received thousands of student nominations to recognize an outstanding advisor and the significant impact they have on student success. Each year, one deserving faculty advisor, one deserving professional advisor, and two academic advisors are awarded an Excellence in Advising Award. Once again, the recipients have already received their awards, but we would like to have them stand if they are here today. The 2020 Excellence in Advising Award recipients were Nina Fink, Micheline West, Megan Lucier, Jeffrey Hanlon, and Joshua Durrell, and also Andrew Pargazelski. And the 2021 Excellence in Advising Award recipients were Colleen Bolton, Professor Andrea Bard, Ashley Barker, Zachary DeJesus, Haley Mount, and Dana Hark. Congratulations and thank you for all you do for our students. We're fortunate to be gathered together celebrating, but sadly we have a number of graduates that we've lost in 2020 and 2021. We're honored to have awarded them posthumous degrees. Please turn your attention to the screens as we remember them and I read their names. Ryan Martin, Patrick Fuller, Justin Lowery, Jeffrey J. Mitchell, Kimberly Barry, David Jensen, Brianna Knight, Nancy Massey, Zachary Overy, Caitlin Villasenor, Vanessa Diaz, Anthony DeJohnson, Christine M. Hebert, Sonia Logan, Christopher Pollard, Michelle Renaud, Jacob Dickerson, Dustin Arthur Kelleher, Alexander Moore, Leslie Mae Weber, Howard Towell. We often have one or two of these names. When I prepared for today and I read this long list, it stopped me in my tracks. It reminded me of how much trauma and pain this country, our world, has suffered in the last 18 months. It also reminds me to appreciate every moment we have together with our friends and our family and in our communities. So I want to ask the graduates, if you can find your families and your friends in the audience, give them a moment to thank them. Give them a round of applause, all the people who supported you and the people who are with us, because love for our other human beings in our lives are the most important. It's the most important thing we carry with us. When we postponed our spring ceremonies in 2020 and 2021, we missed the chance to hood our doctoral candidates and present their diplomas in person. Again, we sent them their diplomas, as we did for many of our graduates, but we wanted to give them an opportunity to be hooded by their dean, as is our tradition. So I now invite our doctoral graduates to come forward. Dr. Lorenz, Dr. Tasto, and Dr. Nivison, will you please assist me?
President LeBlanc, the candidates before you have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by the faculty of Southern New Hampshire University and have fulfilled all requirements for their chosen curricula. I am pleased to present our newest doctors in philosophy and international business.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and International Business with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please join me in congratulating each of our newest doctors as I call them forward to be hooded by Dr. Tasto. Daniela Bielagalic. Do I get it? Congratulations. Ozita Ghaffari Fard. Stephen Pereira, Jr. Congratulations.
President LeBlanc, the candidates before you have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by the faculty of Southern New Hampshire University and have fulfilled all requirements for their chosen curricula. I am pleased to present our newest Doctors of Education.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Education with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Now, please join me in congratulating each of our newest doctors as I call them forward to be hooded by Dr. Nivison. Amanda Katherine Dolan. Amanda Jane Murchison. Roy Schiffeliti. Can you help with that one, Ken? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, before we begin reading names and invite you up for a photo, a few instructions and housekeeping notes. You'll be called upon by row by the aisle marshal. You'll pick up a diploma cover and hand your card to the name reader and make your way to home plate. We will pose for a photo with myself and Dr. Lorenz. If you're comfortable doing so, we recommend you to remove your mask because your photo will look a heck of a lot better. And people will be able to recognize you and your photos will appear in your account. Now, there's one last legal piece we always do, of course, and you've heard a version of this. I didn't do this one year, and I'm pretty sure we have a whole bunch of graduates who aren't legally graduates. So I'm going to ask Dr. Lorenz to join me one more time.
Will the classes of 2020 and 2021 please rise? President LeBlanc, the candidates standing before you have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by the faculty of Southern New Hampshire University and have fulfilled all requirements for their chosen curricula.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer the degrees of International Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science. Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science, Associate in Arts and Associate in Science, with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Please be seated unless you've been called up by the aisle marshal. So our first graduates to be recognized will be our student speakers. First, Samantha Aguilar Hernandez. Next, Katherine Marcella Pigsley. Okay, I believe we can begin.
Tyler James Ziering, cum laude. Cameron Evan Schleicher. Luis Maria Sanchez Ramon. Christina May Ryan. Christina May Ryan.
Marissa Colts.
Hebron Santiago Lorenzo.
Finian M. O'Connell.
Vishu Prasad. Krishna Chaitanya.
Bethany Ann Spangler.
Krishna Chaitanya Inampudi. Satya Sailakshmi Venkata Reddy.
Timothy James Harper, magna cum laude. Eda Donis.
Satya Sailakshmi Venkata Reddy.
Enes Unal.
Harshil Patel.
Emmanuel Audu.
Sagar Kokane.
Kelly Ann Beck.
Dickie Sherpa.
Aaron May Collins, magna cum laude.
Nikita Goyenka.
Tyler Provencher.
Kalyani Bodikuri.
Rosa Maria Valente, magna cum laude.
Sandeep Narayan.
Taylor DeForest.
Victor Hugo Morales Avalos.
Dylan Bridge.
Tanvir Murad.
Casey G. Porter, summa cum laude.
Soumya Rokade.
Hannah Elizabeth Cohen, magna cum laude.
Renee Dubuque.
Kayla Marie Dunton, cum laude.
Erin McGillivray. Angela.
Alyssa Gendron.
Angela Grace Young.
Jade D. Smith.
Laura Young Raymond.
Naila M. Mays.
Stacia Glover. Michaela Lee Hutchins, cum laude.
Priscilla Marie Collazo.
Richline Pierre, cum laude.
Renelle A. Clarence, cum laude.
Kayla Philbrook, cum laude.
Amber Smith.
Brooke Lauren Audette.
Lindsay Marie Montpelier.
Gianna Ray Grafton.
Tabitha Lee Collins, summa cum laude.
Mary Catherine Whitley.
Adam Michael Salyer.
Samantha Ariana Fraser.
Aubrey Rose King.
Megan Lynn Duclos.
Sarah Nicole King.
Dakima Lynn Welch.
Ryan Daniel Crowley.
Samantha Lee Balin, summa cum laude.
Jessica Marie Anderson.
Gabriel Stewart Ream.
Emily Michelle Dreslane, magna cum laude.
Catherine Rose Brockway.
Julia Kramer.
Joseph Dante Lichardello.
Taylor Suzanne Sewell.
Alexis Aaron Emond.
Alexis Lee Boisvert.
Matthew George Drolet, cum laude.
Samantha J. Patterson, magna cum laude.
Catherine Ann LaChance, cum laude.
Celeste Molly, magna cum laude.
Casey Elizabeth Mullen.
Shannon Kathleen Joyce, summa cum laude.
Emma Marie Marl.
Olivia Ann Dorman, cum laude.
Thomas Evan Mattis, magna cum laude.
Haley Marie Tremaine, summa cum laude.
Dominique Treadwell, magna cum laude.
Sabrina Mimoni.
Julie Elizabeth Thomas, magna cum laude.
Brian McCormick, summa cum laude.
Danielle M. Levesque.
Ching Chang Dong.
Juliana Elaine Jesulitis.
Maeve Ann Grant.
Catherine Marie Rassicott.
Connor Joseph Fahey.
Justin Joseph Queen, cum laude.
Riley Emilia Mann.
Brandon Lucien Francor.
Chloe Samantha Robido.
Timothy J. Roscoe, advantage.
Savannah Levasseur, summa cum laude.
Catherine Ann Paraquay.
Joanna K. Piazzas.
Brandon William Falcone.
Charles Leon Sullivan.
Jordan Matthew Mendelson.
Nicole Emily Iovana.
Danielle Palmerino.
Anais Lynette Mercedes, cum laude.
Courtney Teresa Campbell.
Alexa Felix.
Elizabeth Pearson.
John Roger Melendez Jr., magna cum laude.
Jillian Marie Couto.
Julia Marie Brow, summa cum laude.
Claudia Maria Gisolfi, cum laude.
Nora Rosetta Knox, magna cum laude.
Anna Marie Lagel, summa cum laude.
Hannah Lynn Brennan.
Paige Arlene Hutchins, cum laude.
Madeline Margaret Murphy.
Abigail Murray. Madison.
Carly May Ziliak.
Madison Elise Repetto. Cameron.
Madison Ann Covino, cum laude.
Cameron James Kearney.
Allison Rochelle Raposa.
Shannon Dorothy Snyder, cum laude.
Jonathan K. Pedro.
Akila Chataraju.
Mariana da Silva Martins Valle.
Shella Maduri Gondi.
Alyssa Ray Gilbert, summa cum laude.
Madeline Gomes.
Cameron Michael Jordan, magna cum laude.
Julia Joanna Ucher, cum laude.
Elizabeth Mellon, cum laude.
Melissa Rachel Racine.
Abigail Elise Roderick.
Caitlin Noel Banta.
Yuhui Song.
Aya Magoob, magna cum laude.
Alexandria Marie Geositz.
Joshua Robert Mills, cum laude.
Megan Bridget O'Connor, magna cum laude.
Joseph Robert Reese.
Emily Contera Benson.
Ryan Christopher Pashnick.
Sydney Elizabeth Tazanari.
Vivian Golda Schill.
Noel Vanessa McGee.
Graham Allen Parker Massey.
Darren D. Ramirez.
Molly May Plummer, magna cum laude.
David Preston Peak II.
Diamond Dale Majette.
Matthew Robert O'Connor, magna cum laude.
Wesley Jacob Ashford, cum laude.
Brendan Connor Harris.
Megan A. Palmer, magna cum laude.
David Andrew Lutz.
Kang Tat Dao, cum laude.
John Anthony Miller Jr.
Courtney Perrin, summa cum laude.
Jacqueline Rena McGuire.
Adriana Nicole Tenhagen, summa cum laude.
Kaylee Ann Cavagnaro.
Dylan Salvo.
Jason Innerfield.
Donna Lee Sirignano, summa cum laude.
Brian Joseph Mikale.
Rukayat A. Ibrahim.
Hamza Dufay.
Troy C. Merrill, Advantage Associates with highest honors.
Cody A. Bergeron, magna cum laude.
Frank Chin.
Saw Apollos Schweba.
Lars Thomas Johnson, Advantage Associates with highest honors.
Sandra Viviana Murillo Alvarez.
Taylor Nicole Woods, Associates with highest honors.
Sanad Abukir.
Katrina Nancy Golas.
Bancroft C. Daly.
Caleb Matthew Harrington, Advantage.
Jacob Stanley Butler, summa cum laude.
Malathi Prakash.
Marin Brooke Dennis, summa cum laude.
Shova Niraula.
Grace Helen Mage, cum laude.
Duncan Lewis Ray.
Victoria Grace Goodrow.
Boyana Gurgich.
Rachel Noel Varley.
Ambika Pradhan.
Spencer Robert Tedesco.
Emily Pauline Gray.
Braden Hunter Dutile.
Kaiki Hanusi Alves.
Ashley Rose Corcoran, magna cum laude.
Isabella Maria Pignazzi.
Kelly Katherine Baird, summa cum laude.
Erin Ashley Foley. Elizabeth Ann Bonilla.
David William Clark.
Elizabeth Ann Bonilla.
Tyler James Tilton.
Joanne Sarah Coffey.
Richard Gerald Policiano Jr.
Eric George Pelkey Menard.
James Francis D'Addario Jr.
Daravitu Tai.
Paul David Mullen.
Katerina Emma Franz, magna cum laude.
Jacob Alexander Dolliver.
Colin Joshua Filio, magna cum laude.
Katie Roy.
Connor Howard Severance, summa cum laude.
Alyssa Nicole Cucinata.
Stephen Ross Vining Jr., magna cum laude.
Michaela Ann Julian.
Benjamin William Newman, magna cum laude.
Christine Nicole Ersandu, magna cum laude.
Cassandra Lynn Boudreau.
Diana Lynn Shaw, summa cum laude.
Alyssa Yvonne Janiak.
Rachel Catherine Zins, summa cum laude.
Nelson Martins Campos.
Elizabeth Rachel West, summa cum laude.
Ashley Marie Marazzo.
Morgan Jane Riley, magna cum laude.
Kaylin Abigail Andrews, cum laude.
Elizabeth Rose McClellan.
Ashley Elizabeth Malone.
Jonathan Mary Carrero.
Shannon Margaret Gayron, magna cum laude.
Emily Orchuk.
Julia Marie Payne, summa cum laude.
Brianna Lynn Sawyer, summa cum laude.
Silvana Cecile Terranova, summa cum laude.
Rose Donovan. Michaela Lynn Cleaves.
Jumana Aulia, magna cum laude.
Christina Jane Poole, magna cum laude.
Christopher S. Florek, magna cum laude.
Colette Nicole Ruel, magna cum laude.
Austin Jennings.
Elizabeth Helen Freitas.
Brennan Alexander of Carsick.
Nicholas Robert Hartley.
Taylor R. Sargent, magna cum laude.
Timothy Jared Tatia.
Mackenzie Tanner, cum laude.
Colby Francis Anderson.
Morgan Betty Kidwell.
Jacob Eric Nelson.
Melanie Villandry.
Shatara Liana Stetson.
Abby Elizabeth Mitchell, magna cum laude.
Xavier Nicholas Rashid.
Heidi Jean Bro, cum laude.
Alexander Philip Nolan.
Kyle William McFadden.
Colin Patrick McBride, cum laude.
Aline Catherine Dea.
Trevor Charles Phil, summa cum laude.
Brendan Patrick O'Neill.
Jason Gregory Foreman.
Roland Jacobus Van Biesen, cum laude.
Matthew Austin Creasy.
Sebastian Van Biesen, magna cum laude.
Kyle Piccoli, cum laude.
Victoria Lee Smith, cum laude.
Wahidullah Toki.
Kezia Sandrine Odom, cum laude.
Guido Jansen, magna cum laude.
Kate E. Stanchel, cum laude.
Michael Jack Valnert, summa cum laude.
Alana Lorraine Bankston.
Matthew George OJ.
Samantha Frazier, summa cum laude.
David Vincent Maxon Jr., summa cum laude.
Rachel Marie Bill, magna cum laude.
Curtis E. Clausen, summa cum laude.
Katherine Pamela Rand, summa cum laude.
Amar Helabi.
Julia Howard.
Austin J. Nagel Jr.
Connor J. Green.
Gianna Lucia Russell, cum laude.
Tyler M. Fournier.
Brianna Lynn Gilman, cum laude.
Rachel Marie Romeo, summa cum laude.
Jackson Victor Lee Jordan.
Virginia Assis Miranda, cum laude.
Taylor Lynn Lantane.
Cameron Patrick McGrady, summa cum laude.
Abigail Grace Dalton.
Melissa Nicole Markworth.
Julie Alexandra Espinal.
Julie Marie DeRozier, summa cum laude.
Nicole Ann Belkey Menard.
Nicholas Joseph Munoz.
Melissa Broder Cox.
Veronica Perez Naranjo, magna cum laude.
Writer Joseph Worthen.
Jessica Lee Kerrigan.
Nicole Ashley Ayacuzio O'Brien.
Allison Dory Keeney.
Molly Frances Emerson.
Catherine Emily Sampson.
Amelia Courtney Abraham.
Christopher Notig.
Jamie E. Fry.
Bianca Guinan Jones.
Carrie Elizabeth Miller.
Deanna Nicole Torres.
Neil M. Kelly.
Adriana Nicole Giordano, summa cum laude.
Jennifer E. Grantham.
Emmett Dara Christian.
Jessica Winter.
Amanda Posick.
Peggy Volsey.
Sarah Catherine Daniels.
Tanya Michelle La Rochelle.
Abigail Elizabeth Govea, cum laude.
Juliana Nancy DeIndia.
Stephen Scott Langenfeld, magna cum laude.
Cecilia Maria Melanson Martins.
Lauren K. Gerhard, summa cum laude.
Alexandra Maria Daniel.
Teresa Maria Cosentino, cum laude.
Matthew Govoni.
Anna Michaela Barry, magna cum laude.
Tegan West Guerin.
Nicole M. Hodgson, summa cum laude.
Grace Evers Pecci.
Jacqueline Marie Tinarella, summa cum laude.
Jasmine Wyatt.
Madison Riley Rabbit.
Catherine A. White.
Claire Bridget Walsh.
Ian Ketchum.
Lindsay Rose Natacchione, magna cum laude.
Raymond N. Kong.
Madeline Elizabeth Frisella, summa cum laude.
Nicola Jean V. Ordway.
Emily Rose Major, cum laude.
Sarah Wenrick.
Colleen Ann Delanoy, cum laude.
Lindsay Noel Belmont.
Haley Marie Murphy, magna cum laude.
Justin Disco.
Victoria Rose Yellman.
Lori Disco.
Samantha Nicole Poitras, cum laude.
Stacy Papp. Elise Ellen Gutierrez. Taylor Marie Kaplis. Erica Lee Markson, summa cum laude. Kirsten Alyssa Fernandez, summa cum laude. Mason Daniel Gilmartin, cum laude. Michaela Riley Ash, summa cum laude. Casey L. Johnson, cum laude. Margaret Walsh Gilbert, magna cum laude. Bethany Marie Levasseur. Kaylin Patricia Bouchard, summa cum laude. Tori Lynn Grassa, summa cum laude. Serena Joanne Arnold, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Susie, magna cum laude. Amanda Marie Mendelo. Megan Petrillo. Gianna Marie Faraggi, summa cum laude. Brooke Sarah Ryan. Gabriela Rose Carducci. Emily M. Small, summa cum laude. Hannah Emily Crowell, summa cum laude. Kaylee Renee Chase, cum laude. Laura Rose Tempesta, cum laude. Rachel Lynn Spellman. Tung Xuan Wen. Chloe Cynthia Gennaro. Sofia Alejandra Castillo Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Xiao Yang Yu. Anup Upreti. And last but not least, Azede Farzan.
Yeah? You're next.
Congratulations to the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Directors, I am honored to officially welcome you to the SNHU Alumni Association. Today, more than 170,000 SNHU alumni around the world congratulate you on your success and hope you will be an active part of our global SNHU community. At this time, if you are one of our learners who has earned an associate's or bachelor's degree, I invite you to participate in the ceremonial tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. As you go forth today, always remember the university's motto, Summa Optimaque, in English, the greatest and the best. And indeed, you are. Congratulations.
I want to thank the members of the New Hampshire Pipes and Drums for playing during our commencement exercise, and special thanks to our commencement speaker, Common. Now, we ask that the graduates please exit into the stands to join their families and friends in preparation for the fireworks. Enjoy the show and congratulations again.
I'm going to slip through the stands.